You thought I was gonna miss an episode this week, didn't you? Nope, not gonna happen. Every single week I'm here. Maybe a little late sometimes, but I'm always here. Hello! If this is your first time listening to the Feel Good Factor, I'm Susmita, Veganosaurus, and I'm so glad to have you here. And if you're a regular listener, welcome back! So, this is the reason for the delay this week. Usually, either on Wednesday or Thursday, I record and publish my podcast episode. Every single week, this is what I do. But this time, I was preparing for this in person workshop that I'm going to do next month. In person, after so many years of just teaching online, I'm gonna get to meet people and talk to them, spend the day with them, teaching, laughing, playing. Oh my god, I'm so excited about it. I used to love conducting workshops at my restaurant when it was open. And then, of course, you know why everything shut down and closed, and we weren't able to get out of home and all that. And yes, during that entire phase, those 2, 3 years, it was really nice to have all this technology that supported me to teach online, to take classes, workshops, everything online. And those were really, really nice too, because I always keep my sessions, I limit them to smaller groups or even sometimes just one to one. And that's very nice. It has a very personal feeling, even though you're not meeting in person. But getting to meet people live, seeing someone, hugging them, talking to them, smiling, laughing with them, I think that has a different magic, entirely of its own. Because I was preparing for the workshop and then, writing to my newsletter folks about it, I got really busy. Like, I put a lot of thought into my newsletters. I just send them out once or twice a month, but when I do sit down to write them, I spend hours writing, talking, refining. It's a creative project in its own right for me, writing my newsletters. So I have to tell everything that I do, all my workshops, classes, upcoming things, the free events or paid events, whatever I have. I have to tell the people on my Feel Good Tribe first. The Feel Good Tribe is my newsletter. If you want to join, go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter. The link is in the show notes and sign up so that you will be the first to get access to anything that I offer. Now, even though I shared all the information with my Feel Good Tribe first in complete detail, I wanted to play around a little bit on Instagram, have some fun. So I posted a story earlier this week saying I'm going to be doing my first in person workshop after 3 years. Can you guess what the topic of the workshop is about? Anybody who's been reading my posts or listening to the podcast or anything for even a short while knows that I'm a multi passionate. I have various interests and I teach many things. So I wanted to see which workshop people thought I'd be teaching, and the answers I got had me smiling wide. Some people said, "Oh, it's is it about entrepreneurship?" And some others said, "Oh, is it about vegan food?" And this one friend, Shruti, she guessed like some 4, 5 things. she guessed everything. She like, oh, jewelry and clay workshop, oh, vegan business, dairy alternatives, plant curds, podcasting. Anyway, it was quite entertaining listening to everybody's responses and everything. And then Shruti messaged me privately saying, okay, is it your love for gadgets? So, so she knows me that well, this girl. I was laughing and then finally I told her, I said, one side of me that all of you have missed out, it's the side that is into spirituality and joyfulness and fulfillment and all of that. For that, Shruti said, oh, okay, that's fair. But I thought all those things are so inherent to you, as a person and not really an external factor. I was thinking more in terms of skills instead of the person you are for the topic of the workshop. That really made a light bulb go off in my head, because I realized that, yeah, these things are inherent, being fulfilled, joyful, all those things. But also, these aren't qualities that we're all necessarily born with. It's not like, oh, okay, you are a fulfilled person and you aren't, because there's some fulfillment gene or a happiness gene or a joyfulness gene. It's not necessarily that. And it's actually skills. All of these things are skills that we can develop by putting some things into practice. That's when it occurred to me that's exactly what I'm doing with this workshop. I'm breaking down all these different practices and then turning something that will seem like an inherent quality into a skill so that everybody can actually embody that quality. The workshop is called Manifest Your Most Fulfilling Life. And we're going to have mindfulness, meditation, manifestation, visualization, creativity, all kinds of stuff. And of course, there's going to be some delicious vegan food. So I thought, okay, in today's podcast episode, I should talk about some practices that we can include in our daily lives to help us really be more fulfilled, more deeply fulfilled. So I have 5 practices for you. The first one: cleansing, releasing, purifying on an energetic level. So basically, you detect and chuck out all beliefs, feelings, and patterns that hold you back. Begone, foul fiends. So you do this with different things. Some are simple, small things like, sitting down, contemplating, meditating, and then releasing and letting go very consciously. Others are very physical, practical activities like writing, tearing, burning. In fact, this is something I spoke about on episode 61, 5 simple and powerful full moon rituals. In that, I've explained this write, tear, burn activity in full detail. You can listen to that if you want, or if you're in Bangalore, come attend my workshop and we'll do it together. These are a couple of things that we can include as practices in our lives so that we can cleanse out all the unnecessary energy, anything that holds us back. Making sure that we realize, okay, these are outdated beliefs that I have. These are thoughts that keep repeating or feelings that keep repeating, which really make no sense. They have no bearing on my life anymore. So let me chuck them out. Or these are patterns that I repeat. These are things that I keep doing, which I know they're bad for me, but I keep doing. So how to let go of those patterns? Figuring that out and releasing all these unnecessary energies. Because of that, there's space created to bring in more fulfilling things, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, emotions into our lives. So we replace those emotions, those thoughts, those energies. The second thing is self love. Now, I know that sounds very, it's common, right? Oh, self love, love yourself, all that. But self love isn't like, oh, let's go, get a haircut or get a spa day done, or let's go shopping, let's have some chocolate. These, yes, okay, these are also self love, self care activities on a very superficial level. But we are talking about self love like going really deep. Think of somebody you love a lot and think of how much you pour onto them in terms of your energy, what you do for them, the words you say to them, the thoughts you think about them. But there's no one in the world who's more deserving of your love than your own self. So, self love is about loving yourself so freaking much, like properly, with your thoughts, actions, and words. Indulging in some lovely activities like writing love letters to yourself, saying good affirmations about yourself, speaking to yourself with love, hugging yourself. Hugging yourself is something that I covered in a very recent episode, number 109, where I talk about 5 simple ways to be kind to yourself. So Indulging in these activities, that also takes us closer and closer to fulfillment, because we aren't looking for happiness, contentment, joy, everything from the outside. We're looking at it from the inside. It's an inside out approach. Third is understanding the difference between things from the outside which give us temporary happiness versus feelings from the inside which we are always trying to get. So when we think getting this thing, this promotion, being successful in this activity, or getting married or having children, whatever desires that we have, whatever things, people, outcomes that we're looking for, we often believe that if we get that, then we're going to be happy. So that's an outside in approach. Instead of how do I get all these things or outcomes, if we switch our thinking to how do I feel all the good feelings? Why do you want this? Because it's going to make me happy. Why do you want this? Because it's going to make me feel content or satisfied. Instead, look at, okay, I want to feel content, I want to feel happy, I want to feel joyful right now, not by looking on the outside. Right now, how do I make sure I get these feelings right now in this moment, not when I have this or some point in the future? Switching your thinking to that actually takes you towards things that are for your highest good. You might believe that getting a certain position in your company is going to make you feel happy, joyful, etc., etc. But that thing might not actually be so good for you. You have certain expectations attached to it which may not even come true. But when we're looking at it from the outside, we're thinking of it like, what will I look like? What will my life be like? What will people say, think, do if I have this thing? If you're looking at it from that angle, then we aren't really seeing truly what we want. But when we say, how do I make sure I feel content, I feel fulfilled every day, I feel joyful, I feel peaceful, these are the good feelings we want to go for. We don't want to go for the temporary happiness and fun and joy and success and fame and all that. So when we go for those deeper good feelings, then your instincts work better. And the universe takes you on the path towards the things that are actually right for you, actually for your highest good. Say there is another job opportunity that comes up which doesn't look as appealing on paper as this position you want in your company, but that job is going to bring you a lot more joy, fulfillment, satisfaction, because you're looking for the right things, you're looking for the good feelings. So think, how do I feel all the good feelings, instead of how do I get all these things or outcomes. This is seriously a full on life hack. It's simple. It's a switch, but the moment you switch, it changes your life big time. So, as a part of my manifestation workshop, we are going to do creative visualization, we are going to do journaling, we're going to do a lot of these writing activities which will help us get clarity about what we truly want and how to reach that, for our highest good, how to attract it into our lives. The fourth is mindfulness, being very mindful. Now, we associate mindfulness with sitting, meditating, being very slow when we eat, mindful eating, mindful words, all that. Yes, all of it is important and it's true. All of that is mindfulness too. But mindfulness can be as simple as, before you commit to anything, before you do some work, before you decide, okay, this is an action I'm going to take, asking yourself, why exactly am I doing this? Simple. Why? Go deep into your why and connect to it. Are you doing it for good reasons? The work itself may be good work, but the reasons, are you doing it for really truly meaningful reasons, or are you doing it to please somebody else, or because of external pressure, or because you believe you're supposed to be doing it? So, asking that why before you start doing anything at all, whether it's a small daily activity or something big, helps. And then once you figured out the why and you've decided, okay, this is something that I will be doing, then you focus on it with such intense devotion. Like, no distractions, no phones, nothing. Just focus on it with such intense devotion, giving it your full attention and love, to the point that if that thing you're doing were a person, it should either fall helplessly in love with you, or it would be like totally creeped out because of the amount of attention you're giving it. So, focusing on it that deeply, that in itself is mindfulness. And finally, visualizations and affirmations, incorporating those into your life. And both are a lot of fun, by the way. So, visualization, use the secret power of your imagination to picture in full technicolor that deeply fulfilling, super joyful life that you desire. Picture it like it's happening. Often sit down and picture your day once you have this in your life. Joy, peace, time, freedom, all these things, satisfaction, fulfillment. Once you have all that in your life, what does your day look like? Visualizing that. Along with the visualization, affirmations. Construct correctly worded affirmations to go with that, to represent that life. And then you're constantly talking to yourself about it as if it's already happened. You're telling the affirmation again and again. It's as if you've already got whatever it is you desire. Both these things are very creative activities. So, the creative visualization activity and how to build affirmations activity, these are again the two things that I'm going to be covering in my workshop. So, all these things, they may sound like, oh no, it's complicated to do all this, but they're not. They're actually pretty easy, and they're actually a lot of fun also to do. So you can play around with them and take them lightly. You don't take things too seriously, you take them lightly, but also understand the importance, the gravity, connect deeply to them, and do all these practices, include them in your life. You can truly manifest, attract, live that deeply fulfilling life. And the reason we are following fulfillment versus happiness and joy is because fulfillment runs deep. Fulfillment is something that is long, and it's not something that goes in spikes and falls. That's not the way fulfillment works. Happiness does, right? Fun does. They go up, down, up, down. There are opposites to it. But fulfillment is something which is very stable and steady, and you can just slowly, in small, simple ways, follow it in your life. As I said, being fulfilled is not some quality you're born with. It's a skill you can hone. You, me, anyone, all of us, regardless of our nature, our tendency, our backgrounds. This is a skill we can own with some simple tools, techniques, and practices. Everything I've shared today, the five practices that you can inculcate, you can definitely do it on your own. Just go deeper into it and explore it and enjoy and have fun. But if you are in Bangalore on the 13th of August, which is a Sunday, come join me for my Manifest Your Most Fulfilling Life deep dive workshop. It starts at 11 a.m., ends at 6 p.m. It's happening at Bangalore Creative Circus at Yashwantpur. It's such a beautiful place. Bangalore Creative Circus is full of art and creativity and nature. There's so much there. It's a very, very beautiful, very interesting space, and very welcoming also. It's been so nice talking to the person in charge, my point of contact there is Siddharth. It's been so nice talking to him because they're so open to making people feel comfortable, trying out these new things. They're very accommodative, And I've tasted the food at the circus canteen. It's quite delicious. They have a decent number of vegan options, and of course, uh, for my workshop, they will ensure that the food, the evening tea, all of it is going to be completely vegan. I haven't tasted this specific menu. I've tasted one or two things in it, but yes, I'm very confident with the menu that has been selected. If you know me, food is a very big part. So, yes, I'm talking about fulfillment and manifestation, mindfulness, woo woo, all these things, but also food. Food is going to be a big part of this event, or an important facet of this event. We're going to sit and eat and enjoy the meal together mindfully too. So, yeah, the link, registration link is in the show notes. And if you aren't in Bangalore, if you would like to keep in touch with me and get to know about all these different workshops that I do, I've earlier traveled and done workshops too. I might start doing them again. And even if not travel, of course, I will continue to teach online workshops, classes, courses, and everything. So, to get to know about all of these, just join my newsletter, sign up for my newsletter. It's a free newsletter. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter and join the Feel Good Tribe. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you inside my tribe, and I'm extra looking forward to meeting you in person in my workshop on 13th August. Manifest your most fulfilling life. All right, take care. Talk to you again next week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Bye!